Ask me that question again.
What happened to your Robin Williams video?
To be honest with you, I had it up there for about, what was it, almost a day? I guess it was about a day. And it dawned on me that I was following the sheep. And I watched my video back, and to be honest with you, I thought it sucked. Just terribly sucked. And I thought, I'm following the sheep and I suck. That's just like a double-edged sword on YouTube, you know what I mean? You don't like your video and you're following sheep? Nah. I'll let the other guys that get 10 billion views in an hour take credit for following the sheep, because we all know how we feel about them. So I thought, nah, fuck it. I just
But I didn't even get to watch it. I was trying to watch it and it kept coming up private.
Yeah, nah. I'm not into the sheeple. I used to be. Actually, I used to be the herder, but whatever. But those days have come and gone. Have you noticed that on YouTube, by the way? That the only drama we have left is 3 people trying to make it look like there's drama?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god. You know, it's bad enough that YouTube died. Now the drama has been killed. It didn't die, but
They're so boring. I mean, my gosh, they're so boring. I don't even watch.
Watch what? I can hear Joe Cool.
There's nothing to watch. It's like, brother.
The only thing that there was to watch for a short time was Joe Cool breathing into his camera. And then you got to watch somebody, I forget who it was, somebody breathe back. That's all I heard was breathing. It was like this breathing episode of the old drama tube. Huh. It was weird. I was like, you're just breathing. That's all they were doing was breathe. You know, I had no idea that we were involved with all these people that had all this asthma and respiratory problems. I had no idea. But if you listen to their videos, the only thing you hear is air.
Oh, I don't even watch him.
Oh my god.
You know what? I am so... All he does is come out, I apologize to everybody, and I'm out of the drama. Does a couple other stupid videos, and he comes back and starts making fun of people like the little bully he is. Weird.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm not sure that Joe Cole is a bully. I think YouTube made him one. He found a place where he could exist, where a few people thought they would use him as a pawn, and he liked it, and he thought, you know what? These people give me attention. I'm going to run with this. Just like Jeffrey Rowe did. Same damn thing. Jeffrey Rowe dropped docs like it was nobody's business. Joe Cool breathes now. Now Jeffrey Rowe is...
Jeffrey Rowe, I don't even subscribe to that moron.
Oh, I haven't. I unsubscribed to him weeks ago, but the last thing I remember about him is that he just typed in people's names to make it look like he was involved. And then if you looked at his video, like 3 weeks later, it would have like 5 views. And you know, 3 of those were his because he was checking back to see if anybody watched. Fuck me. I was like, dude, you realize that you are like an anti-drama person, because people used to come here for drama, and then when he came into the picture, they left. They just like, you know what, fuck this. This is not fun. This is no good. This isn't drama. This is not intelligent conversation. This is some wicked old drunk man yelling. Now we got Jeffrey Rowe yelling. We got Joe Cool breathing. Riley puts up a video, deletes it. I'm like, well, what's going on, guys? What happened? Did I do that? Did I do something to offend? That's what I was wondering. Because when I was involved...
Those people are so boring.
Well, you know what? At this point, I would accept boring. But now people are posting... Well, check this out. They're actually posting videos of the past. The past. They went back to, they went back to 2009, and they're just talking about shit that happened back then, and I'm like, you guys realize that for those of us that were there, we already know, and for those of us that have just gotten here, we have no idea what you're talking about. You're literally video masturbating, as I said years ago.
And nor does anybody care who's this guy here.
Well, actually, nobody new is here. That's the funny thing about it. Their creative nature brought nothing to the table over the past 4 years. There's nobody new here. Nobody.
There's not.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people have left. Bye-bye. Just went away. Yeah. I was one of them.
So out of tune. I've been so out of tune with their shit. Cameo could be doing hate videos on me, and honey, I wouldn't even know it.
Oh,
I wouldn't even know it.
I wouldn't know it either, except for one little thing. I'm still subscribed to her on the Drama Tour, and I see her come up constantly on my page because she constantly makes these videos, these nanny videos. They're like grandma videos, to where now she's... Yeah, well, you know what? Good for her, though. She's being the grandma that she should have always been. She's always been a grandma, but she never acted like one. She acted like some righteous old, vicious, mean... the queen of the drama land, can do no wrong. Now she's actually knitting. I'm proud of her. She's knitting. She knitted a fucking sweater. It's like...
Yeah, but is she putting those kids on YouTube?
Yeah, I don't know if she's still doing that or not.
Looking for somebody to do something. I mean, always looking for... You know what?
I know. Well, the truth be told, Casey moved on.
There's this woman.
Are you all right there?
Yeah.
You need some CPR or something?
On water.
Oh, water.
Choked on water.
Well, choking on water, that's
true. Woman on the Real New York Housewives. Her name's Aviva Drescher. And she's got this artificial leg from the knee down. And for 2 full seasons, everything is all about her. Me. And she's vicious. She's like this vicious weirdo. And the more I watch her, the more she reminds me of Cameo. She'll insult you to your face and then tell everybody, why is this girl mad at me? I was giving her a compliment.
Well, you know what a cameo is, right?
She tells this woman, oh, Carol, I thought you were older than 50. And then tries to tell everybody in America, what do you mean I insulted her? I was giving her a compliment. I thought she was older than 50. I was like, are you fucking crazy?
You do know what a cameo...
There really are actual fucking people out there like that?
You know what a cameo is, right?
What?
A cameo is somebody that shows up in the very movie that they created.
Well, there you go.
Do you get that? Somebody that shows up in the very movie that they created. It's called a cameo appearance.
There you go. A cameo appearance.
Right. So, with all the shit that happens bad to everybody, somebody always has to show up in a cameo appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure that everybody knows. Yeah, it's me. Continue on, please, hating each other. That's all. The only thing I remember the last 3 years.
Man, that is so freaking true.
Yep. Now, you know what?
It really cracked me up when I watched all these women last night. I watched, like, the final reunion episode, and the host, he goes, you know what? Each of you shared a really touching family moment. And he showed the different things of the women with their kids, with their husbands, serious stuff going on in their family, and how they showed what they were going through. Then they get to Aviva Drescher, and she's showcasing her fucking self. Poor me, look what happened to me when I was 7. I'm going to go back and revisit the place it happened. It's like, wow. Wow, it's like it's all about her.
I know.
She can showcase anybody but herself.
Well, right now I think everything's about reality anyway. That and animals. Reality and animals. YouTube doesn't work anyway. You know that I've noticed something with the algorithms.
Have you watched The Dog Whisperer?
Oh my God, no. Did I miss something?
Oh, dude, you've got to watch this guy, Cesar Millan. He is so good with dogs, and I know you've got dogs.
Arf.
I know you've got dogs.
Arf, arf.
Yeah. This guy is so awesome. He takes dogs.
Let me ask you something.
He takes dogs. I know what dog psychology means now, and cat psychology. I get it now. Only I tried to talk to Floyd and Cat, and he got mad at me and ran away.
Truth be told, we've been with cats and dogs since we've been on YouTube. This place ain't nothing but a petting zoo.
I know, right? I know, right?
Well, shit, you feed the goddamn monkeys once. What do? They start throwing poop at you.
Uh-huh.
How much shit have we had thrown at us, you know what I mean? Whoa.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, some people say we threw shit first. But then you gotta ask yourself, what came first, the ape or the shit?
That's a good question.
I don't know. It's a question, good or bad. Hey, here's the
Probably
thing.
the egg was probably buried in the shit, and then it hatched.
You know what? You know what makes me funny? It makes me very funny, actually, is the idea that these guys and girls that still stand by and watch, because I watch my analytics quite a bit, and I see who's watching and who's not. And the people that stopped watching are the very people that were instigating most of this in the beginning, and I think they just left because they were smart enough to realize it had gone bad. It's the people that it's the people that didn't get any attention at all and were washed away that are still watching. I think they're waiting for their names to be said. I really do. I think they're waiting for it. I myself, I think my book has been written. I've written it 100 times. It's great. It was a novel. You know, it was a bestseller on YouTube for 3 years. So I didn't have anything else to prove. Nothing else to do. I knew that with me there, the Rileys, the Wiz Lives, the Eggs, the James Jarrett, all these people, COOs, just all of them. There's so many goddamn many of them. The Caseys, the fucking Dirks, the Mikes, Tracy's, everybody. Ray Realities, all of them. Just picture this for a second. If I had not been there, what would those people have done with their YouTube careers for 3 years? What would they have done if I hadn't have been there?
Interesting thought.
I know what they would have done. They would have made videos about making crochets, knitted napkins, made videos about dogs and computers, and they would have failed miserably, and they would have closed their accounts. So you might think I'm deserved. I might be deserved of an applause for entertaining the shit out of the masses for 3 years, even knowing that they would never admit it. And I
think it was more than 3 years.
Well, yeah, but the 3 solid years were incredible. Let's face it.
You and I have known each other for 5 years.
Yeah, but let's face it. One of those years was so-so, and the last year of it was terrible, only because it got so bad in the last year. In the first year, we were just starting to pick up the momentum, and that's when the Wiz Lives kind of went off his nut and changed the game, as he would put it, the game. Where you and I were like trying to make sure that the game stayed fair, and he didn't like that. He's like, nah, it's not gonna be fair. I'm gonna make sure that you die a miserable death. No man-to-man fight. I'm just gonna throw a dart in your heart. And that's it. And those were the kind of guys I always wondered about. If you're so sure that you're right all the time and you're so good at what you do, why are you so worried about me being on YouTube? Why are you trying so hard to get me off YouTube? What is it about me that threatens you and makes you look stupid on YouTube? That's why I always wondered. Why would you think it is so important for me to leave YouTube? If I was something significant and such a piece of shit on YouTube, nobody cared about, you wouldn't have given 2 shits about me in the beginning, all the way through those 3 years. Never would have gave a shit. Not 2 shits to give about it. But boy, did they care.
I know, you and I have both had our little nemesis that tried to run us off YouTube. It never worked.
It never worked. And that's kind of why I do these. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a podcast.
I had a feeling it was. That's fine. Well, I know you.
I know.
And that's the thing. You know, I'm watching shit now. I'm watching movies about hackers. That Julian guy from Australia who actually started WikiLeaks. I just watched the whole thing about him. I'm watching some other hacking thing. And it's like they say one thing throughout. Every hacker says the same thing. Hey, the internet is free. Nobody can tell anybody not to, that they can't use it. And basically all information should be public. Obviously not your private life. I don't think that's what they're talking about. But the shit they try to hack and get out there to the public.
Let me ask you this then. Do you think that I'm always fair? Be honest.
Yeah, I always thought you were very fair.
I didn't.
Put it this way.
I didn't.
No, let me tell you, you can't look at yourself, though. You're somebody else.
Well, that's true, but here's the thing. Like the reason I asked that is because I said I didn't want to be one of the sheeple about the Robin Williams death and have my video up there, because that's not a fair statement. Rant with Jeff. I happen to like that channel.
Yeah.
I do. I like it. And he made one of those videos. He's not a sheeple. I think he just spoke. He just wanted to make the video. He wasn't doing it because
people just wanted to, express their feelings about it.
Yeah. And
Robin Williams does quit social media today.
And the fucked up thing is that after I watched everybody else do the Robin Williams videos, I thought, oh, I want to make one too. I'm like, that's just the wrong fucking reason to make a video.
Not if you have an opinion you want out there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a gray area for me because I didn't have an opinion about it before I watched everybody else.
Well, you could talk about his daughter quitting social media because of internet trolls harassing her, photoshopping pictures of her father dead.
Okay.
Sending them to her. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that's a fair point, but let me ask you
this.
this.
It just goes to show you that there are just really raunchy-ass people. We used to think internet trolls were just lonesome little souls that full of anger issues and had nothing better to do than harass people on the internet.
Fine.
Hey, that's big-time shit.
That's fine, but listen to this reasoning for a second and then tell me what you think about what you just said. All the harassing that we got off of YouTube, what did we end up doing?
What do you mean?
We don't do drama vlogs anymore.
You know why?
We stopped.
We just stopped. I think it's because...
We quit. We turned it off.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing she did. She turned it off. It's enough for how long? I mean, can I honestly say I'll never be back in the drama community again?
Hey, we told all our enemies and all our frenemies what we thought about them. They all know it. They all disappeared. So there was no more need to do it.
Well, the sweet old man came up with a video that didn't make any sense to me. That's when I knew it was over, because he's usually the one that instigates the drama more than anybody else.
Yeah.
He made it. I'm still subscribed to him. And I'm not going to sit here and be some schmuck like he is and say, oh, I don't know why I'm still subscribed to him. I should probably just turn it off because I have 2 fucks to give. I'm thinking, wait a minute. This sweet old man made a lot of videos that made me laugh. See, he can never admit that about me, but I can admit it about him. He might be older, but I'm bigger.
He's made some that's made me laugh, and he's made some good points, and he's made some very opinionated, shallow points.
Well, he thinks he's too good.
You were wrong, but
He thinks he's too good for some people. That's what drives me nuts about him. He just thinks he's too good for him. He walks around in that little room in his house with his bald-ass hat. I call it a hat, by the way, because he's putting on a hat when he makes a video. That's not the real guy. That's not the real Leslie. What I'm getting at, or the Wes, I'm sorry. I call him Leslie, but his name is Wes. I'm not going to repeat his last name. That is left for another channel. Row your boat. Anyway, I don't know. He even made a point. Roe did. Well, if it's public knowledge, I'll post it anytime without regret. I'm thinking, that's because that's all you got.
Well, wait a minute. You're talking about people's names and addresses. You're talking about real names and addresses. Hey, you know what? I don't agree that those are public knowledge. I don't think... I mean, there's a lot of new people, whatever. I mean, I don't think it's public knowledge unless you keep making it public.
I'll verify.
He had no reason to interfere with people's personal lives by posting their docs like that.
Right, and I'll verify your point. You ever heard of the Yellow Pages?
Yeah.
Just because you find a public phone number, address, and name in the Yellow Pages doesn't necessarily mean that you should get up on YouTube and make 50 videos with that name, address, and phone number in it and say, well, it was public knowledge, so who cares?
Good point.
Maybe you should take a little lesson from people that have been down the road that you think you're going down and suggest this to your psyche.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps if I wanted everybody to know who I was, where I worked, who everybody in my family's names were, perhaps all that...
on your freaking channel page.
Maybe I'd put it on my channel page and just let, people like Ro say, oh, okay, now that I know where everybody lives, I know their names, that maybe he'll go away. Maybe he's the walking yellow pages of YouTube, but what he actually is a pain in the ass and a cramp.
And I was going to say, you know, you and I might be in the white or yellow pages of YouTube.
Nah, whatever.
I mean, but for him to sit there and read them out loud, I mean, really?
Well, like I said, it's his claim to fame. He thinks he's the first one to do it, and for some reason, I've never understood this about people. They think that when they post all that information up, it's like a shield. What they don't know is, all these people know who he is. So when you throw a rock, and something bad happens, the first person that gets investigated is the person with the biggest mouth and the most threats. And that's Mr.
Right.
Rowe. And that's Mr. Rowe. I'm not afraid of anything on YouTube because people here in my own community know me. I don't get along with all of them all the time, and if they have a problem with me, they know where I live. They know how to get in contact with me. They know where my jobs are. But Jeffrey Rose seems to think it's some sort of a feather in his cap to mention these things.
Oh, I got something to bring up right now, and I'm not going to mention names because
I don't know, it's weird.
I'm just, you know, I don't want to mention this name. I'll tell you about it offline, but I'm sure you're aware of it. And I posted something on Facebook regarding it because I was angry. I got so many likes and comments on that one, I was surprised. I feel people who are bullies, and all of a sudden they turn around and they start doing something good for themselves, and all of a sudden the people that they bullied the most turn around and fucking praise them. That annoys me a lot.
I hear you. That makes
Okay, so this piece of shit bullies supposed to say, and you'll know who I'm talking about, this bully bullies this guy into the ground, okay? Bullies him bad. Well, now this bully decides he's going to quit drinking. He's going to start losing weight. He's going to start eating healthy. Now, all of a sudden, his victim starts doing videos to him and praising him for his effort.
I know what that is. I know exactly. I saw the set. I know exactly what. Wait a minute.
I was very upset when I saw that video.
Shay, I know exactly what you're talking about. And before this camera,
I know you do.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. Before this camera runs out of battery, and it's about to. Well, actually, a memory card. Let me tell you something about that. I've seen the same goddamn thing, and let me tell you exactly what I think about it. As I watched this transpire over the last year, the one thing about it that bothers me the most is not that the bullies that he used to pick on are favoring him now. To be honest with you, I think that's more of a let me make sure he's not mad at me comment is what that is. Because they know that guy is the one that started all the harassment. A lot of people overlook that. They overlook that. The harassment.
He did start all of it.
He started all the harassment. He started every single tiny bit of the harassment in the drama community. That actually came from Mr. Cooking Man. That's right.
Yep. Remember when you said a couple minutes ago, you know, that whatever Cameo's doing, at least she's doing what she should have always been doing, paying more attention to her grandkids?
Right.
Okay. That's fine and dandy, good for her. But don't think you're going to see a video for me applauding her effort. Don't think you're going to see a video for me sucking her ass. That will never happen.
That's just like petting.
I will always hate her. There will never be anything between her and I. I don't care what she does for herself or for anybody else.
Well,
she supports bullies, and she is a bully, and she wants a bully, always a bully. I don't care what she does for herself. I don't care. You will never see a turnaround here.
I could have overlooked anything that she had done except for the one thing where she desecrated my father's obituary and started the whole
torch bag.
That part will never be forgiven. I'm not religious. I don't have to. Well, you should always forgive. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to forgive it.
No, you know what? She can do whatever she wants to turn herself around, get out of the drama, pay attention to her grandkids. All that stuff that she wants to do, that's fine. Good for her, but you're not going to see me going, oh, I'm so glad. Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
I'll tell you right now.
All I know is the way you treated me and my friends, and you know something? That's it.
There's about 3 years.
Off the line, and there's no going back.
Hey, if she's dumb enough to post all these places that she goes to with full names of the constitutions, does she really believe that if she pisses somebody off again, they're not going to send 4 years of the most unbelievable garbage that she spewed out of her mouth to these places so that they can see what kind of a person she really fucking is?
Well, hell yeah.
She needs to leave people the fuck alone and keep knitting.
Exactly.
Just keep knitting.
Leave people the fuck alone.
Just leave them alone and keep knitting.
To our little friend out there who needs to be, he got a little bit misguided there. Kicking a bully's ass is never the answer.
I'll be honest with you. It was the best day of my internet life when these bullies, Cameo, Real Man, Kid Blood 1, fucking assholes that they are. It was the best day of my internet life when they all decided that they were better than us and thought, you know what, I'm too good for you, I'm gonna leave. I was like, thank you. Thank you. Just leave. Just go do.
Exactly. That's all. You know what? That's all. You know what?
Go jump in a lake.
And in reality, that I'm not even talking about like leaving the internet or YouTube. I'm just like, you know what? Just fucking go away. Get out of my face.
Can you believe it though? Can you believe it?
Go do your own thing. I ain't fucking bothering you.
All right, let me kill this.
Fucking bother me.
I know. Let me kill this video and say goodnight to you. I think we got a good vlog, a good podcast here. We're on the same page. And I didn't make this video to hate on anybody. It feels good to fucking vent the real.
It does.
It feels good to vent the real. It does. Because I lived it, you lived it, we're not making nothing up. I've got nothing to gain. I don't have monetized videos. I'm not getting any subscribers out of this. But by God, it's on record. It's live on my fucking channel. It's going to be there until YouTube crashes and burns. Probably never will happen, but at least this shit's up. If it gets 2 views, one from me and one from you, I'm a happy motherfucker, and that's that.
I agree. Hey, and like I said, after what I saw the other night, I wanted to puke.
I know, and I'll be honest with you. You might as well just call this my diary, not my fucking podcast. This is my fucking diary. God let them do what they're doing. Thank God they stopped all that shit.
Hey, send me your Robin Williams video unlisted so I can at least watch it.
Oh, fuck. All right.
And my hours have changed, by the way. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off now, and I work from 2 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
You can send me that info when I send you. I'll tell you what. It's been great talking. It is. It's been a few weeks at least. I know, right, or more. I've just been busy as hell. The camping season's coming to a slow end, and I'll be back here more often. So maybe we can.
Well, wait, before you go. If you republish that video, you're bound to get a lot of views on it, whether you care about that or not. When I Googled Robin Williams, your video came up on page 1. And then I clicked on it and couldn't fucking watch it. Might be in your best interest, at least right now, to republish that video. Your video is coming up on page 1.
Well, I'll put it up there. So I don't know.
It's like the 4th or 5th one down.
All right. I'm about to lose the battery on this thing. I appreciate that, though. I do.
I didn't see Jeff. I didn't see anybody else's. I saw yours. So you should just republish it.
All right. Well, I will talk to you again as soon as possible. That's a promise.
All right.
All right. This is Torp and Shay podcast. What is this? 8/13/2014. This, I want to call it our diary, but it's still going to remain the podcast. So, Shay, I'll talk to you soon. You have a great night. And
you too.
All right, sweetheart.
Love you, sweetie.
Love you. Torp out.
Mm-hmm.